Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the Groupchat Wrestling Podcast, where we dive into the wild world of wrestling, the only sport where threatening a child can make you the most beloved face in the business. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of wrestling storylines, analyze jaw-dropping matches, and speculate wildly on who's going to turn heel next. Get ready for a ringside seat to the excitement and absurdity of wrestling with us every week.
Hi guys, welcome to the All-In Review special episode of the Groupchat Wrestling Podcast. I'm your main host, Mike GWP. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Thanks to everyone I met and everyone new to the podcast this week. Hello to you too. Let my co-host do the thing.
I'm Blake, BCX on Twitter. It was nice to meet everyone at the weekend. We got an amazing show. Can't wait to get stuck in.
I'm Dov GWP on Twitter, and I'm jealous of all these cunts that went.
I'm Andy. My voice is fucked. I'm Ric Flair, Andy Ric Flair on Twitter, something like that anyway. And I haven't stopped drinking for about a week now, so it's great.
What's going on, guys? Brett here, at that bald bro on Twitter. Quick shout out to Gleep Glorp and Lucy for meeting up at the Green Man Pub for giving me some awesome bracelets, both me and my mother. Very appreciative. Thank you guys very much.
I'm Wrestling Mark, and I'm definitely still drunk from the weekend and on the verge of a really nasty calm down off of 5 fucking fantastic days of professional wrestling.
It was fantastic. I am actually suffering to come down now. It's ridiculous. And I'm in Dublin. I've had to travel to Dublin straight away. So
oh shit!
I travelled today, and I feel like this whole wrestling thing of the last week of what felt like Christmas Eve has completely fucked my life up, and I'm just going to be drinking every day now by the sound of it.
Drinking until Forbidden Door.
Until Tony gives us some good shit on Wednesday, and then I'll probably be excited and drink again then.
It is a proper calm down. Like that was one hell of a 5 days, man. Yeah, just it's a bit of a haze now. I'm gutted it's over. At least we've only got to wait one more day for Dynamite and what will probably be another banger show, because they're like, again, you fuck the perception issues, you fuck off all the outside noise. This is arguably the most consistent run they've been on now, in my opinion. I agree. It's just been so good for so long. Dynamite's been good every episode for about 2.5, 3 months. Pay-per-views, we've had 5 pay-per-views, we've had 3 all-timer pay-per-views, 3 pay-per-views that in probably any other company in North American history would be in their top 5 pay-per-views ever, or top 10 maybe. And yeah, it's been fantastic, and I'm looking forward to chewing the fat about Sunday evening with you lot.
It has. I totally agree with that, because even I was thinking about this today when I was on the boat. Even the shit in the last 10 weeks or so has not been shit.
Yeah,
but it's only been shit or lower than certain levels because everything else is just so good at the moment.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about that as we get into it. Yeah, because there's a few things that I think a lot of people are saying was shit that I actually disagree with, but we'll crack on.
I was just going to say the bar, as we know, is so different for AEW than other companies in the world. Not just North America, just to be fair. Even as you said, even the shit, so to say, is good to great. You know what I mean? Everything else just happens to be amazing.
It really is.
Say AEW's ban now is New Japan through the 2010s.
Ooh,
I think that's kind of neck and neck. Those two bars.
Yeah. I tend to agree.
It's hard to keep hitting that bar.
Mate, the difference is that New Japan didn't have 5 hours of weekly TV to contend with, as well as putting on major shows.
Yeah, agreed, correct.
That's true. The 25,000 man tag. What did we think?
It was fun, to be honest.
I found the whole pre-show. The pre-show was fine. It was fun. It wasn't compelling TV, apart from obviously Jamie Hayter's return, which was obviously bumped down to there when they realised they were really pushing the boundaries for the 10 p.m. curfew. It was nice to have her on there, but it also was a bit of a shame that it was on the pre-show. But
I was gutted it was on the pre-show, to be honest, because like I think she's the best. I think Mercedes, like a bang on about every week, is the dream women's match. It's the two best in the world, and we need to get it. A Wembley moment last year was robbed from her through injury, because I'm convinced if she wasn't injured, she would have gone into Wembley as champion, or at least won the title back at Wembley, and we wouldn't have had to.
100%.
We wouldn't have had to give Saraya a sympathy win.
She came out as well, and like the crowd had not filled up properly yet, so she didn't even get the pop she deserved, man.
Well, to be fair though, that was the same for the first match on the full card. If you look at watch it back, the crowd were coming in late. I don't think they realised how early it started.
Security were well bad. There was so much security this year compared to last.
I know, it's all these people trying to sneak hip flasks in and stuff. They're absolute scum.
Last year I got my full bag in. This year they went, nope, you gotta go that way and drop it off. I was like, what do you mean?
I spent ages trying to hide these hip flasks, and
So
I was in the queue. I was in the queue with Alyssa's mum and brother, and I kept saying to them all, I was like, "Can you see these hip flasks?" And they're going, "No, no." And like a ma in a full Boston accent was going, "You'll be lucky if you get them in." And I'm like, I'm not going to do a Boston accent, by the way, but it was very Ray Donovan, the Ma sounds. And I was like, I was panicking. I was thinking, shit, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Do I just drink one now? Say, wasting it. And I got to the front, and the guy just goes, "Have you got it in your pockets?" I went, "No." He goes, "Can I scan you?" I went, "Yeah." And he just went, "Oh, okay, go on then." And didn't even scan me. I was like, "Oh, all right. Cheers for that."
All that stress for nothing.
I'd be calling it stress. I'd be fucking downplaying someone who had some real stress.
Yeah, true.
Like Eric Bischoff. No, the pre-show, like Mark said there, it was all right. You know, no one's ever going for the pre-show, but at the end of the day, it was fun. It was all right. Like Brian Cage, I wanted to see Brian Cage live for ages. It was good he wasn't in Cardiff or Dynamite, so that was great to see him. It's been a bit of a shame. People seem to think he was ripping off Sammy Guevara doing Wolverine when Brian Cage has done Wolverine forever. But
and
whatever.
His Wolverine looked miles better than Sammy.
Yeah, because he's done it forever. Like he's done it for fucking like 10 years or so. And then obviously, you know, we can't not talk about the rest of the pre-show because we have the Stokely match. You know, that guy was pulling off some incredible moves.
Stokely was mint.
Oh, just one thing to add before the Stokely match. They need to give Dustin, the Von Erichs, and Sammy their own stable name, like the Texans or something. Because that's a cool stable, I can't lie. You got your flippy dude, your big man, and your tag team. I think that's a cool stable. They need a name though.
Yeah, I've put that as a Ring of Honor only thing.
Yeah, I think Ring of Honor only thing until you bring the Von Erichs up, and then you have Dustin as the manager, or you have the Von Erich as the manager, depending on what he wants to do, if he wants to keep running his school or not.
It's a Ring of Honor only thing until next week or the week after, or whenever the TV deal gets announced, and it becomes AEW's Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Which is clear. Like I think that's clearly happening, isn't it? Because they spoke about that at the Dallas event announcement, and it's, you know, maybe WBD want a piece of this now. Maybe they're going to stick on one of the other channels. If that needs to be done, to get Ring of Honor on TV, then so be it.
Yeah, it's sad from like you know, you'd want Ring of Honor to continue as Ring of Honor, but needs must at the end of the day to get Ring of Honor on TV.
It is
AEW branding.
But as other people have said, though, like Ring of Honor was already dead anyway when Tony bought it. Like, you know, so he's got to do what he's got to do to try and keep it going. Otherwise, we all know. I mean, what was the alternative of being a fucking Peacock tab? Fuck that. Get some great matches on there. We get some great Dalton Castle stuff.
Oh, I miss him.
There you go.
Come on soon, Dalton.
The Stokely match, it was really fucking fun actually. His spots with Ishii was.
Yes. Listen, I popped like I was not expecting him to lift him up for the spine buster, but he lifted him up with ease. I was like, oh shit! And then even my mom looked like it when Ishii stood up. I was like, oh, he's gonna get good.
He was very good. Did you like my favorite moment of the match though was when Stokely's chopping him, doesn't fucking budge at all, literally just laughs at him, bouncing away. So then Statlander comes in and gives him one. And like Ishii actually fucking feels it. He's like, "Whoa!" the man who no sells chops, and everybody actually sold one from Statlander. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, the finish was weird. In that matches like that, the baby faces typically don't win. Typically, the heels win in that situation. But
we were saying exactly the same thing. Like you just did not expect the babyface to be picking the stipulation, so that's going to be interesting.
dog collar match.
I'll be in it.
That'll be a good one. What do you think for All Out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be all out.
Barbed wire match. Let the women bleed.
I mean, they could bleed in a dog collar match too.
Yeah, we saw.
Remember, they got
username.
they got that long chain. I mean, listen, the next I've said before, the next lady who needs to wear the crimson mask, it needs to be Willow. Willow needs that red crimson mask, like on that smiling face through it. That's going to be one of the best images of the year, right there.
As long as he never turns a heel, I'm happy with that.
You can't. It'll be such a bad thing. It's such a bad decision.
If Tony ever turns a heel, I'm flying to fucking Jacksonville, and he's getting a slap. I'm sorry, he's done a lot for me. My enjoyment's been through the roof. But if he turns Willow heel, that's the fucking final straw.
Willow's on the short list of wrestlers that can never go heel. She can't go heel. Yeah, like no. I don't see how. Well, I mean, let me say this though. I thought the same thing about Bayley back in the NXT Black and Gold days, like Hugger Bayley. I'm like, I can't see this girl as a heel, and then she transitioned nicely to a heel initially. I mean, so you have the blueprint for that if you ever decide. But nah, like at least right now for the immediate future, I don't see how you would ever turn Willow heel.
She could probably do it. I just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I like that she. I like that she comes out and everyone's just in a good mood instantly. Like it's infectious, isn't it? Everyone's happy.
Another person like that right now is Ospreay.
It's going to be great when it's going to be great when he does turn heel. No, but when he does, that's going to be impactful as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Anyway, I was going to talk about the Ospreay match then. So, sorry, should we move on to the next match because otherwise we'll be all over the place.
Yeah, man. London Ladder Madness.
I thought it was class.
Unbelievable! Great start to the card.
Four-way trios, ladder match. All the teams. Bang Bang Gang, House of Black. Bro. Yeah.
That finish was bizarre, but I loved it.
Yeah, it was a little out of nowhere, but I mean, I think it was for Pac to get his moment, especially us finding out that it was supposed to be Death Triangle was supposed to win the ladder match, but it looks like Lucha Bros on the way to WWE. So, and for fuck's sakes, please don't put him in no LWO. Bullshit over there, like for fuck's sake.
They are putting him in LWO.
It's fucking nailed on, mate.
Wait, I just realized we got 5 title changes.
Ray Phoenix is going to end up being Rey Mysterio Jr.'s long lost son. It's fucking nailed on.
He's going to love it on speed, Phoenix. He's going to love running around on speed.
Them speed matches are going to bang.
Yeah, on speed are going to go crazy, bro.
But yeah, the ladder match. What do we think about the ladder match, guys?
I really enjoyed it.
It was quality.
It was exactly what you wanted to start the card. It was a nice, well laid out spot fest where it didn't overstay its welcome. Had a lot of good moments. Kept the crowd it was good energy to start the show. Surprise winners for me anyway. But then obviously, I just thought that they'd retain without a bat of an eyelid, and obviously later in the show it makes sense as Christian's moving on to much bigger and better things.
I think that also makes sense as to why it was on so early, because that was the first reaction from us was like, why the hell is this on opening the card? But obviously now we know,
You also got
shout out to Nick Wayne for that fucking Canadian destroyer. That was class.
Amazing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
You got teasers of like Kill Switch and Christian all the way through it as well.
I think we'll get them for a while now.
We really told a story for that much.
I'm really not asked about that.
Yeah, that pop when Kill Switch finally turns on Christian, that's gonna be epic. That's gonna be so class.
Especially when they teased it later on, but still in this match, did you see that Juice took probably the highest ladder to rope ball spot I've ever seen.
Oh, it was the
Oh,
size of
it
that
was
fucking ladder, bro.
cringing. I was like,
He ain't rock hard anymore.
It was fucking soft
no.
as fuck. The House of Black got they got multiple pops as well throughout the match.
Yeah, they're faces now, aren't they?
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
they were so invested in them, especially Brody and Buddy.
Brody King, yeah.
Brody and Buddy got really good pops.
I think my favourite kind of segment of the match was when they went kind of through finish, and then Luchasaurus just started taking everybody out until Brody got in the ring, and it was like, fuck yes, I'd love to see a match between them two.
Yeah.
Well, what I would like after now this match is done, I need a couple from these trios to break away. I would love to see the Guns like go back to tag team division. Let's get some new faces in there. Maybe
TNT
Buddy
title.
and Brody go out the tag division too. We need some new faces. We got to start rotating new faces in there.
Yeah, and you could do Nick Wayne and Kill Switch as well if you really wanted to, but you don't want to take away from the actual main story between the patriarchy.
Yeah.
As you're saying that, Brett, I'm just like my fingers in the air. Yes, because we do. I want the Guns back as a tag team because I still think the Acclaimed heel term's coming soon. So we need the Guns ready to go.
Absolutely.
I also want to see Juice single wrestle.
And Jay fucking White Man when he's back, fucking hell.
Send a face Juice after Jack Perry.
Ooh,
I like
that.
that.
Would be fun.
I like that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, Mariah and Tony, I thought lived up to the story. I thought it was exactly what it needed to be. And one thing I will say, fucking hell, that smack from Mariah to Amar.
That's crazy.
I thought she knocked it out, genuinely.
It was class, wasn't it? What about the powerbomb to the outside on Tony?
That sunset flip, beautiful.
Yeah.
It was for me. It was the best. It was AEW's best women's title match for me since Jamie v Storm by Full Gear 2022 because I loved that match and it was exactly what it needed to be. It was exactly what it deserved to be. It was the payoff that it warranted after the build they've had. It was a perfect send off, and I'm sure they can revisit this down the line with a pair of them.
I agree with that.
Well,
it's
they will.
One of the
They definitely will.
Where the crowd was most invested as well.
Yeah.
And real quick, like just about where the match was placed, at second on the card, I saw. I'm sure you guys saw the same thing, but a lot of people were complaining about the placement of the match. But like here's what I did a TikTok video and I explained to a few people. It's actually perfect where they put it because it followed the ladder match, but like we said, it was by the books, like your normal like table spots, ladder spots, but nothing that was like too over the top that was distracting for the rest of the night. It was by the books, and then you do it at the beginning of like if it's not going to main event, you do it in the beginning of the show where the crowd is at 100% energy level. We're not tired, we're not worn out. You give the ladies all the time and attention span that they deserve because this has been the best storyline for AEW probably in the past year. Like, I mean, I think that goes without question, and I even took it a step further today in a video I made. I think this is the best feud in women's wrestling history. So
I
think
agree.
I agree with you as well.
And as far as like the rest of the matches in the card, you look at it, this was the perfect placement. Like you don't want it to go before you don't want it to be the co-main event, and then you don't want it to be like after the damn gauntlet match where we all know it's going to be pandemonium, everything like that. No, you give the women the proper time that they deserved the past year, and like this story and this match, it checked off everything. Tony is now a main event star now. Mariah has been elevated. She deservedly needed to win the championship because we know where the story is going after this. We got Mina Shirakawa, in a on television on multiple times on the screen, so she's gonna come into the picture. So this story's not even over yet, but right now it's check marks all around, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
Can I say that I think the placing on the card was At the time, I was surprised. I wasn't bothered. I was surprised, but I look back on the whole show and think it was paced absolutely perfectly.
I think it was perfect as well. It's like the ladder match warmed you up, and then you was warm. You was ready to go for the Mariah's match versus Tony Storm. Like you got warmed up, and then when you was warm, you got a fucking two ladies tearing it down.
I just think this is AEW's best paced pay-per-view they've ever done. Like,
I think the Mariah Tony match was excellent. It was, as you guys said, it was exactly what it needed to be. It wasn't more, wasn't less. There was a lot of things that they could have done that we all fantasy booked, and you know, you had the likes of Luther turning, didn't happen. They've obviously saving that because they don't need to do it yet. It was brilliant. It just paid off the story completely. The whole Tony refusing to take her out at the end there. You know, I've got to say as well, like outside of the wrestling being phenomenal, Tony Storm's like acting is amazing because
it's fantastic.
Like as she's coming to the ring, she's a better actor than fucking most actresses. Like she's coming to the ring, she's like, why Mariah? Why? And she looked like she actually had pain in her eyes and everything. And it was like, this is phenomenal. And I thought it was excellent. I was same as the same thing Mark just said there when we were like, why is this so early? What's going on? I was a little bit perplexed by that because I think it should have been, you know, kind of second to last on the card, or even, you know, obviously you couldn't have main evented with Bryan, but I think it was perfect in the end because as we all know now, the crowd were completely wiped out by that point, and it wouldn't have got the reaction it needed.
If it had gone on later on, though, it could have got the same treatment Jack Perry and Darby had, where the strings got cut.
Yeah, that's so true.
Well, and also like as we were saying earlier before when we were chatting, which I'm sure we'll get onto, the crowd weren't just dead for Britt and Mercedes. The crowd seemed dead for Jack Perry and Darby until Sting turned up as well. I think everyone was just wiped out after the Ospreay match.
I don't think it was that. I think the TBS match was that shit. It took everyone out.
I just think the crowd didn't help it. That's where it comes. The crowd did not help it.
It didn't give the crowd anything to. Yeah, the crowd were wiped out, and it didn't give them anything to kind of give them that injection until obviously, you know, we were all kind of waiting for that Sting moment in a way. But anyway, we'll get on to that. But
we'll get to that. We'll get to
that later.
I agree with what you lads all said. I thought it was excellent. It's you know the perfect. I don't even think it's the end, is it? But it's the perfect like kind of
perfect first match.
Yeah, and as the story though, it's a perfect kind of, you know, close of the act. You know, in the
first.
Anyway.
It could be. Guess what? You know what? If you look at it like a movie or a play, it could just be the ending of Act 1.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. There's no way this is the end of Tony.
And just real quick, like we got to give a shout out to Luther. Like one of my favorite spots in the match. I think Mariah was gonna try to grab the championship belt, but Luther dragged it out of the ring while he's falling down. He flipped her off like as he's ascending down. Like you know, you talk about acting. Like Luther looks like he could play an actual butler in a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's how fucking perfect he's been in
been
his role.
In this.
Yeah.
No, I agree, mate. That was great.
And it was crazy. Like, give Luther deserves his flowers because, like I said in the video I did earlier, think about this. Like, go back to when AEW first started. Like, you know, with Dynamite when he was in the Nightmare Collective with Brandy and
okay, now.
And Kong and I forgot the other. Like, it was shit. It was Brandy on TV, so it was automatically shit. But now he goes from absolute shit to absolute gold.
You know what? I have to give him credit as well, because I used to sit there and watch him on Dark every week, and he'd often be outside the ring with Serpentico in there, and he was relentless in his attempts to be entertaining, like just screaming, and it often hit the spot. I thought it was very, very funny, and I just always gave him credit, thinking, you know that this is on fucking YouTube. You obviously want to be doing more than this, but every week you're going out there and you're giving it you all. You're not someone who's been put onto Dark and you're sulking about it. You're there trying to make sure that people still enjoy what you're doing and trying to make sure that you're keeping yourself visible for when an opportunity like this comes along. And to change from what he was doing then, being this screechy, high-pitched, ridiculous character, to doing what he's doing now is testament to his range, to be fair.
I'll also add as well that, like, as the commentators, the commentary was excellent, by the way, through the show. And this, like, I'll go on to it in a minute. But basically, they did reference that Luther has always been very skeptical of Mariah, and when you look back through all the sequences, he has.
The little looks he's always given, yeah,
he has. He's always given that little sly look, like he's really disapproving, and
yeah.
Tony's pulling her in, and he's like, oh, and I just played it so well.
Butler always knows, man. The Butler always knows.
but yeah, as I was alluding to there with the commentary, if you go back and listen to it and listen to the Nigel McGuinness stuff, I'm glad I didn't get commentary in the show because, well, no, I wouldn't have got onto it anyway. But it does, now we know about Nigel McGuinness. There was a lot of things that were playing into that from the commentary when she gave him the kiss. And he's like, guys, I can't carry on after this. I'm going to have to go after this match, guys. That's really kind of, and it was, because then Taz is going, oh, you go and do what you got to do, man. It's fucking great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I've got such a big grin on my face now just talking about it. It was such a good show.
My one point I'll make quick about that match. It's one of the few times for a big feud for me that I think the fact that they had no stipulation made it better. If you know what I mean, the fact that it was just a singles match, I think actually improved the match because you had the stuff like Tony with the shoe.
Yeah.
Like if it's a no DQ match, he just nails her with the shoe. Do you know what I mean? But all that added to the match. But let's move on to. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna have thoughts on the Gauntlet match.
Are we skipping the crap then?
We're skipping the two matches, bro.
Oh shit! Okay, fair enough.
How can you skip the piss break match?
Do we have to talk about it?
Get to fuck, lads. Let's go. Come on.
Do we have to talk about it?
Can we just summarise the FTW title match in one word and move on?
Well, it wasn't even that next, was it? Was it not the tags?
No. It was the FTW, then the tag. So real quick, let's start up with Blake. 5 words or less on the FTW title, one by one. Go ahead,
lads. I'm not doing 5 words or less on this. Go on.
All right, Blake, go ahead. You got 5 words?
Hook good. Match
Brilliant.
Really shit.
Cool. Good shit. Dave?
Really enjoyed ending with Taz.
Brilliant. Andy, nothing?
I'm not doing 5 words. You have to go. I'm doing more than 5 words at the end.
I got best piss break match ever. 5 words exactly. Boom.
Shaking me head here.
Yeah.
Thank
Mark.
fuck that shit's over.
Ooh, class, lads, class. Okay, I think we're
I like Hook.
You like Hook?
Yeah, screw you. I like Hook. That's my favorite.
Right, are we going?
Go ahead, Andy.
I don't rate Hook. I think he's got such a low ceiling. I think they've managed to get him over to a certain level. I think it's pointless because I don't think he's going anywhere after this. But yeah, whatever. It's done what it was intended to. Got his mate's son over. Great. Starts off with the Fozzy song. I'm a Fozzy fan. I enjoyed that. I love the way he had the orange suit, take the piss out of Taz. Taz mentioned that in commentary as well, which is quite good. And the match was passable. It was what it was. Didn't expect it to be great. Had a few little fun spots, nothing major. But what we did get was fucking Big Bill chance again, and this is fucking going off. Tony's put the match card up for tomorrow, and you know damn well he knows. He said to us, lads, trust me. I trust Tony. I know what's going on.
Has he got a match tomorrow?
He's got.
Oh yeah, he's the 8-man.
There's an 8-man tag, all-star tag thing.
Yeah, but Tony did tweet underneath that. Please, he was like, "Please trust me, guys."
Yes, Big Bill got
2
them
words.
chance.
I know Jericho is shit, but something's going down.
Yeah, it's basically what he said was, sometimes you just have to trust me. I expect this match to rock.
Big Bill is getting pushed to the fucking moon, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's just Mark. It's Big Bill, Chris, Brian, Keith, and Roderick Strong. This is the conglomeration and Hook.
The problem we have with this show is if the American crowds don't join in like the UK fans did with it, then it's just all going to go fucking downhill.
I'm being honest. It has to go down tomorrow. It has to. If it doesn't go tomorrow, it won't come back.
If I agree. If they don't, it's over. That's it. Like, I mean, they have to keep this going, and like Tony's clearly seeing this, and I think I'm not sure if it goes tomorrow completely, but if he gets that reaction again tomorrow, he's turning on fucking Saturday or something for Collision, or is Collision taped actually?
No, it's live this week.
Okay, well, that's my theory, is that if we get the same reactions again tomorrow, he's pulling the trigger on Saturday and he's turning and he's destroying Jericho and Brian Keith. It depends if the TV deal's nearly done, but I think he might send Jericho to hospital or something. Maybe get a little feud going with Brian Keith. I don't know, but whatever. We're going to see Big Bill get a fucking well-deserved push, I think.
You need to take Jericho off TV for a little bit.
I think it's... look, we've had this discussion before, all kind of jokes aside, and that, like... It's just the fucking ratings thing at the moment, isn't it? But as soon as he announces this TV deal, he's going to get a break.
Yeah, Jericho needs to disappear for a good 6 months, and then we can have a surprise, and then people will be... Because, like,
I think it'd be 3 months, but I know what you mean.
I think
it'd be 3 months.
Yeah, I think a bit more than that. I mean, 3 months goes by very, very quickly. I think if they wanted to come back and have like some kind of a really positive impact again, and it not to be whatever it is now, I think a prolonged period could work miracles for him to come back and have realistically one final full-time run.
And I think he also comes back with Judas. I think.
Yeah, he will come back with Judas, bro, because his new song, no one knows.
And you know the fact that, like, just. You know what songs can do. Judas will, regardless of what people think, Judas will reignite the crowd anyway.
100%.
So, but yeah, Big Bill. Honestly, this is as much of a Jerichoholic as I am. Big Bill is the man from that match. He went through a fucking barbed wire table.
Cheeky throwback. Just out of your reef for a moment.
Hey,
I'm gonna keep that going. Big Bill versus Okada.
I'd take that.
Classic.
I would take that. I'd take Big Bill against anyone, to be honest. I think he's wasted.
Big Bill in a feud versus Okada.
Jack Perry?
That'd be good. But I feel like Jack Perry chooses better.
I reckon Okada's got things coming with another person.
Kenneth.
A certain cowboy.
Oh, I thought Kenneth.
No, well.
Eventually.
By the pay-per-view, with how it's gone, then it's got to be going one way, I think. And it's not... Well, Hangman Swerve first, then.
Hangman Okada would be banging.
That's... Well, yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking naughty.
So, like, while we're on this, a quick one. If Big Bill... Like, we'll do a quick question, fire it off to you. If Big Bill... If we do get this... If it goes down well tomorrow, and it doesn't happen tomorrow, but it happens the next time anyway, and we get this Big Bill push now, what it was the first feud you put him in?
MJF. No, Will Ospreay.
Oh, I don't know, because you'd want him to win, wouldn't you? And
he's got to win his first feud. He has to win his first feud.
So who? You can't be.
I don't know how you get there, but Brody King.
I don't know.
Do you know what? I like that.
Darby can afford a loss. Nothing like affects him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Someone could have said Darby is basically like Jeff Hardy in that way, and that he can take a loss and it doesn't affect his momentum at all. And I agree. I'd do
Not
that.
even a bit. Yeah, Darby's a good shout.
And it's bump like fuck for him.
So we're saying he has a big feud, wins that, then goes after a title.
He has to, yeah.
But I just don't know which title he goes after.
Well, it's not even him going after
international.
It's not even him going after a title, is it? It's just like he wins a feud and then gets another big feud coming up, just to keep him in the kind of mind sharing on TV.
So you do Will Ospreay versus Big Bill World's End.
Oh, I reckon that we should revisit this next week, because this could be completely fruitless if the crowd is shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Illinois, please.
Mate, the crowd it's a small crowd tomorrow. They've not sold well at all. I had a little look earlier. It's hard to tell on this map how well they've done, but it looks like we're going to be lucky if we've got 3,000 in there tomorrow. This is not Chicago. This is out of the way. This is an odd editorial decision to go there off the back of this.
It doesn't even matter how many's there. The American crowds are just totally different, and they haven't got the same type of banter.
No, that's the thing.
So what people were doing last week, and just be like, yeah, it's not funny.
I'm just going to be crossing my fingers and hoping that he gets the chance that we and they go, do you know what? This is fucking a thing. Let's just fucking do it.
The thing is, the one place that would have got it is Chicago. If they were there instead of a week later, Chicago are the ones that would get it. There's English. There's near to English as you're going to get people from Chi-Town. So that probably would have worked there. But again, I think this is something to revisit because if he gets a good reaction tomorrow, let's all hope he does. Then big things are in store for him. I think.
Touch wood. Touch the redwood. Did he get this push?
On to the next match.
Let's
go. Tag match. I thought it was fine. I be honest. I don't remember any of it. I remember the ending because I was happy then. But this is the point I was again because that fella gave me that ticket down the front, and I was just making sure that he was like sufficiently drunk the whole time. And this is probably the peak of my intoxication during the show. So I don't remember much of it. I just know I was happy when Grizzled Young Veterans turned up at the end. And before that, I don't really have much to say on it.
It wasn't good.
It was very paint by numbers.
Yeah,
I'd say that. Yeah,
FTR tag match with the Acclaimed doing their bits. But
looking back at it, I'd rather the Young Bucks versus FTR again, because then you'd have actually got a good wrestling match.
The highlight.
I thought the highlight was actually quite good, to be honest.
That was the best. The EDL bar on FTL was fucking brilliant. That's the best thing Max Cast has done for ages. That really popped me. I thought that was brilliant.
The highlight for me of the match was when they started doing each other's finishes.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, my highlight of the match was the end, the same as Mark, when Grizzled Young Veterans came out.
Oh, wait, obviously, I mean, I was going mad today. I started singing Liverpool songs and everyone was looking around me like I was an idiot. But, looking forward to them actually doing something. It seems like they've signed as well because they're talking today about going after everyone.
You haven't got the graphic yet, though.
Yeah, they haven't got the graphic yet.
Get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to be feuding with FTR first as well.
I'm hoping for a lot. I'm hoping for a lot of things for tomorrow now.
I mean, they have to get the graphic because you don't debut them in that way at the biggest show if they're not on contract. It seemed that I was a bit surprised they didn't get it. It was a bit perplexing, to be honest. But yeah,
it was Ricochet straight away.
Yeah, that was the one thing I thought. Yeah,
James Drake tweeted like all of the veterans basically.
I've seen that.
So I think they have chance.
I'm putting you all on notice or something like that.
Full time, but until they get the graphic, though.
I think they get one tomorrow. I think the way you play that, like Mark just said, I think it was you. You don't do that on your biggest show of the year, and then them just not be there.
Yeah.
And as they were walking out, the camera focused on them, and they're talking, looking at the camera, going FTR, Young Bucks, the Acclaimed. You're all on notice.
That's going to be a tag match, just a normal tag match, which they never do, I'd imagine, at All Out. They'll have Grizzled Young Veterans and FTR, and it will just be a fucking proper good old school wrestling match.
I can't wait for that.
I wonder
Bulldogs against the Brainbusters level. That's what it will be.
Ooh.
Good to see a Scouser in AEW as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Liverpool's number one.
These kids don't know shit about that.
Fuck them kids.
We'll get to that with the main event as far as fuck them kids. Possibly.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying fuck the kids. I'm saying fuck the kids.
Fuck them kids. Like, as far as what they want.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
They don't know what they want. They haven't even been born yet.
Yeah, look, lad, I was just doing a bit of a George Carlin bit. Fucking hell, give me a break.
Once they see what the Grizzled Young Veterans are like, they'll be fine.
Blake probably doesn't know who George Carlin is, do you?
No.
Okay, never mind. Let's carry on. Come on, crack on.
And it's the GOAT.
Let's move on to one of the best matches on the show.
Yeah,
mate, this is one of my favourite things, man. This was just so good.
The Gauntlet match, man.
I was so happy. This was everything that I want from this kind of match. It was so special. Every minute of it, there was apart from the ending, which took me by surprise. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. But the whole match, Jesus Christ, it was just so much fun. I'm so happy that I got to be there for that. Like, I knew it would be a pop fest, and yeah, from McGuinness, from Ricochet, it was so good. It was just so fucking good, man.
Like, so first of all, we have Mr. Bean. The Mr. Bean entrance, that was excellent. And the little
I didn't notice that.
Solitary
That one
Firework.
took me back because I used to watch it as a kid. As soon as I saw the spotlight him fall down, I was like, oh my. Me and my mother both looked at each other. Oh my god, it's the fucking Mr. Bean. I was like, used to watch that with my dad all the time.
I was obsessed with Mr. Bean growing up, man. It's so good.
Yeah, the one Solitary Firework as well. I just think that's genius. It's so fucking good.
The proper one. They did a little one, didn't they? Then they did one actually on top of the stadium as well, didn't they? It's so good.
Yeah.
Class little touch.
But I was just gonna say, like, let's for this match, let's go like each entrant one by one.
Yeah.
So obviously Cassidy started, and then I was fucking shocked. You got freaking Okada coming out.
Yes.
Number 2, like, and just already they're not even wasting no time with the comedy and the bullshit. That you get the hug right there. Then you had to. I hope you like. I looked up at the screen and just from 100 to 0, just that he wiped that smirk off his face. Like, just Okada's a comedic genius. I mean, brilliant.
He is like, and you see like you see so many people whinging again today about like, oh, what's the guy? The guy's clearly enjoying what he's fucking doing. It's fucking great. And like,
it seems like he's wanted to move on from his New Japan character when he's come over here and have a bit more fun.
I'll be straight up. He is not going to be an AEW World Champion. It's not going to happen. So let's just have fun with this and see where it takes us. Let him just be involved in this. He's the title lineage. You look at who's going to win it. I don't see it happening for him. He wants to like be a bit more laid back, and he's enjoying himself. It's fucking great.
I think he might do at some point, but I don't think it's anytime soon.
The thing is, though, he's like this, but he still puts bag of matches on. Like, people just need to enjoy what they're seeing.
Oh man, he's so fucking good.
Okada's having fun, and he's putting on fucking bangers for you.
It's amazing.
Enjoy.
People get upset that he's having fun. It's amazing.
And he has the best drop kick I've ever seen. And I say this, and every time I see him, I say it again because he always does one. Nobody has a drop kick as good as Okada. It's insane.
Hold on. I got to push back on that a little bit. Let's go. Let me ask the room real quick. Okada or Prime Randy Orton?
Randy Orton. Okada.
Okada. I'm saying
Randy Orton.
Come on, like Prime, like legend killer Randy Orton. That drop kick. I'm just saying, it was beautiful.
Overrated.
Orton's Okada from Wish.
Yeah. So
this drop kick is literally picture perfect. If you asked an animator, a top animator to animate a perfect drop kick, it would look like you're watching a video of Okada.
I think they already have done a perfect drop kick, and it was Okada, and that was in an anime before.
There you go. And he did one in Yakuza, so I love him even more. He's brilliant.
I popped so hard for seeing Okada, and I looked to my right, and I've just got these 4 fucking fans who've never watched AEW in their life, only come because they know a few wrestlers. The primary one being Danielson. They didn't get up, they didn't say a word, they didn't do a fucking anything. And it's just like, guys, you're literally seeing one of the greatest ever come out, and he's putting on a fucking show, and he just triggered the life army.
Them kids.
They're not even kids, bro. They're like fucking 30, 40, and they're just sat there just looking. I'm like, everyone else is jumping up around you. Can you not see that this is sick? This is fucking mint. What are you doing?
I'm not saying fuck
was
the kids, but fuck the kids. So I'll give it a second go there. Crack on.
Yeah.
Just quickly on Okada before we move on, just talking about the discourse about Okada. It's been the joke for years that Okada was a comedy wrestler trapped in a wrestling god's body. This is not a new from Okada. It's just that in Japan, he had to be the man. Here, he doesn't have to be.
He put New Japan on his fucking back. And now he doesn't need to put anything on his back. He can relax and do fun shit while being the best.
You also see the behind the scenes clips and stuff that come out where he's just ripping the piss out of the Young Bucks all the time and playing tricks on them. He seems like he's just a bit of a fucking joker. He's clearly having a good fucking laugh.
He's having a lot of fun. It's good to see. I like to see people having fun.
He's entertaining us all. Like, why does anyone care if he's having this? It's the same thought as the people moaning because Bryan Danielson said it was the best match he's ever had in his life. Fuck them. If these people are enjoying what they're doing, we're all having fun. It is what
Do you know
it is.
what? I'm going to go with this one. I genuinely, a lot of these people that are going on, you've got your Raj Giris and people cut from that kind of annoying cloth. They've never really watched these people wrestle. They don't know what they're about. They expect them to be a certain way, and when they come over here and they're not exactly what they've envisioned, I guarantee he's probably seen 5 Okada matches at most in his life, probably less than that. He doesn't really watch wrestling. He doesn't watch wrestling. He watches WWE. That's all he ever watches. And a lot of people think he's going to be this person who's going to go on and just be like the Japanese version of Danielson in terms of the way the matches are. And he's not like that. He's in ways he's the best at what he does in the way he does them. But I don't think people that are criticizing him really know what he's about at all.
I agree. I think if you listen to Meltzer, the way Meltzer talks about him, still fucking glowing over him now. And he's a guy who's probably watched him more than most of these fucking.
Probably every match he's had. Yeah, let's not fuck about. He knows. Oh. He's seen him. He's seen his graps.
And he still bigs up everything he does at the moment. I think it's great, and because it is. So, next entrance, let's go.
Number 3. Maybe the first big surprise of the night. Number 3, Mr. Nigel McGuinness.
What a moment!
God, holy crap! One little kiss from Mariah May unretires her, man.
She got the magic kiss.
I would like a magic kiss.
Honestly, this set off in my head the biggest bit of fantasy booking I've ever had, and it didn't happen, and I'm gutted, but they could still do it. But it was, this was so fucking good, and everyone went crazy. And you know what? He was fucking brilliant as well.
Yeah, he was. Oh, mate, honestly, so smooth.
I popped so hard I couldn't speak for 5 minutes.
Genuinely. It took me a good 20-30 seconds to realise what the fuck was going on.
Oh man, it was great.
And then,
there was one moment
when I realised, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, he's actually allowed to wrestle."
What were you? You were about 3 when he last wrestled, weren't you?
Yep. No, I was about 8. Let's not say 3.
But no, it was like
I was watching TNA when he was wrestling.
It was just it was brilliant, and like the way the other wrestlers reacted with him and interacted with him as well. But it just like AEW doesn't tell stories. I'm sorry, there's about fucking 200 stories in that match alone.
They tell too intricate a story.
Like I know
you need a brain.
I'm gonna jump ahead here, but like I won't. But you'll know the moment I mean when he taps someone on the shoulder. But next one anyway.
Next one, number 4, Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
Good film.
Love him.
Love him, man.
That was to even up the odds, wasn't it? I suppose for the next couple.
Yeah, you got you had your 2 members of the conglomeration, him and Cassidy, Okada and McGuinness. So it nice balance out right there. And you'll never hear me upset about Kyle O'Reilly being in a fucking mad scramble like this.
Absolutely not.
100%.
The next one, number 5. Another British home talent, Zack Sabre Jr. Fresh off his win off the G1 Climax.
Oh man, yes.
I was about to rip my fucking top off when I saw him come out. The pop out of me, bro. I've never seen this cunt wrestle in real life before.
It was incredible.
Mate. When him and Nigel start interacting, oh my god, it's like the 2 best British wrestlers ever.
That was the moment I was thinking of when we were talking about a second ago. I didn't want to jump ahead, but fuck me, when he's turned around and Nigel goes and taps him on the shoulder, and I was like, fucking hell, this is amazing. It was just so fucking good.
Like the 2 out of the 3 best British wrestlers ever, bro, in the same ring together. That was just fucking that was amazing. I felt starstruck.
That's a match that if we get a tour out of McGuinness, a run out of McGuinness, that's one that's got to be on the list.
I think he's back. I think he's back. I think you don't he's talked about it since, hasn't he? He's been training for a long time. I don't think he puts that much work in for a one-off. And he looked good. It didn't look like he was struggling.
Yeah, he looked fucking big.
He's definitely if he's cleared to wrestle, then he's cleared to wrestle. These aren't injuries. This is obviously hepatitis, isn't it? So if he's cleared to wrestle, then I don't know. He could be back on the main roster as much as he wants.
We're getting him and Danielson on this final run, 100%. I think
we have to.
There is zero reason for that match not to happen now.
Exactly. Yeah.
It needs to happen. There, you cannot not do it.
It doesn't even need to be for the title. That's the thing. I mean, if it is, it is. But it doesn't need to be for the title. Like Danielson is probably bullshitted the living hell out of us for quite a long time now. And who knows? This whole thing about retiring this year, this could have just been something he's been building up to for 2 or 3 years now, with this all in mind, just to play us all.
Do you ever I'm going to go back now, but do you ever remember that moment? And this is when I really thought this guy's full of shit. When he got his leg trapped in the ramp.
In the ramp,
and everybody on the internet was convinced his leg was being amputated because it was fucked. And then it turned out it was fuck all wrong with him. He was just taking the piss.
Well, then you go back to the whole meme of him when he got told by Cody that lying's fun.
And he loves to lie.
Yeah.
He loves it. Like his fucking seizures in the ring and stuff. Like fucking, he loves all this shit.
He literally got that shit banned. That's how much he loved it.
Yeah.
They banned that shit.
I'll tell you, before we crack on here, like the Nigel McGuinness stuff that got me, I was just so hyped because I was convinced he'd come back and he wants Bryan Danielson. I was convinced he was going to be out at the side of the ring giving it yes chance because he didn't want him to retire until he's had a chance to go with him again. And I was thinking, please, man, please, dude, I'd just have him, even if he's just in the back, just giving it yes chance. Thinking, come on, because he, it's like I wanted it to be like the Apollo Creed Rocky thing where afterwards when Rocky's won and Apollo goes, you know, I want that one thing off you. What's that? Let's just go. See who the best is.
What is it? The timings of these entrants, by the way, was all over the place. I don't know if there's a time limit on it or whatever.
Yeah,
but
right.
I thought the same, Dav, but when I watched it back today on the boat, they do say that there isn't a time limit. It's random.
I wasn't sure if that was the thing, but yeah.
No, I thought the same in the arena because there was one that was like 2 or 3 minutes, and then another one was about 30 seconds later. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Got the ring and it started counting down again. I
think that.
I filmed one entrance. I put my phone. I was like, "I was going to be another 2 minutes," and 20 seconds later, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
No, I think that's part of the casino thing. I think it's like a random.
They
did say that. Yeah,
I like that.
I had my phone on the ready the whole match, like because there was never a specific countdown. So I'm like, I had my phone on camera mode ready, like to go.
It was great.
All right, guys.
Before we move on from Nigel as well, like as again watching it back, you get a second perspective on things, and as the commentators pointed out, like they did really well as well. He's been fucking cozying up to Christian all the time, talking about how much he fucking loves Christian, and they didn't face off, and then Christian goes and hit him with a fucking cheap shot spear. And
we'll get there.
There's so many things that could play into this because now Christian's facing Bryan next, so maybe I still get my yes chance.
Oh, you might do actually.
You think they go straight into it? Do you think that's going to be the all-out title match? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Christian's like, I can't go a week without having gold wrapped around my waist or something.
On reflection, I actually really enjoyed the ending, but at the time I was like, "What the fuck has just happened?"
Yeah.
But on
reflection, more confusing than anything else. When if you look back, it actually makes quite a bit of sense.
100%.
Especially when you realise Okada's cost Hangman again.
Oh man, there's so many little breadcrumbs. Like we say, there's too many little intricate stories for thick people's brains. But like we can watch it and enjoy it and kind of get so much out of it. Whereas so many people, where's the story? Fuck off.
Was the next one Mark Briscoe?
No, number 6 is Roderick Strong.
And Mark Briscoe, same. You know, might as well get them both out the way.
Yeah. So 6 was Strong, 7 was Mark Briscoe. Like I said, same for Riley. Well, now you got the whole conglomeration in. We're never going to be upset with seeing Mark Briscoe in this Mad Scramble. Number 8, Hangman Adam Page.
What?
Huge pop.
Cowboy Shiznit going off, man.
But I thought he was going to win straight away. He just started smashing everyone up.
Oh, I thought it was the end of the match when he came out. And I was like, where the fuck Ricochet?
He started levering everyone, bro. I was like, this is over then.
The best bit of this was who came out next for me, but go on, let's crack on.
All right, number 9, Jeff.
Oh, no, I mean, like, you carry on talking about it.
All right. I thought you meant carry on to the next one. My bad.
Sorry, I just didn't want to talk about the next man until we discuss, because for me, the Hangman, it wasn't like a case of I'm more asked about the next man. It was just that I'm so invested in Hangman Page that what happened with this next man just fucking really made me fucking go crazy.
Right, man.
I thought Hangman was unbelievable all night, to be honest. Obviously, we'll touch on what he did after later. I just thought he had one of the best nights, probably, in terms of performance.
And it's baffling because people still say he's not a main character and he's being fucked over. And it's like, I don't get it.
You could almost say he's the main character at that moment. Like,
he is the main character. It's not even debatable. He is the main character.
Like, he is being fucked over, but it's not by Tony Khan. It's by the other wrestlers. That is the story, but people are too stupid to understand it.
And the fans have fucked him over. Swerve broke into his house and threatened his fucking child, and the fans boo him and cheer Swerve. Fuck off.
Yeah, Hangman is the babyface. People don't realise that he is the babyface.
He is the babyface.
We will get there.
The one and only babyface. And people will understand that soon. It's taken them a while, but they will understand he is the fucking babyface.
It was a brilliant bit a few weeks ago when I think it was for the championship of the Owen, like when Jeff Jarrett was on the ramp. He was looking towards the heel ramp, but Hangman came out through the face ramp, because like in his mind, and he's absolutely right. He's the hero in this. Like, he's not. What the fuck did Hangman do that was bad or warrants any sort of booing or any negativity from the fandom? Nothing. Like you said, Swerve broke into his fucking house, like left the damn shirt in his kid's crib. Like, yeah, like what? He, in his mind, he's correct. He's the hero in all this.
That was so good, that moment you talk about as well. And like, you know, without kind of, obviously you don't want to revisit the learning tree, but I'll just say one thing. That moment when Jericho came out in the face tunnel, when he was doing the learning tree before it went into children's TV presenter and off the rails, it was great, because that was full on CM Punk, where he's like, I'm not doing nothing wrong, I'm in the right here, I'm just trying to teach the youngsters. Yeah. And then obviously he became Mr. Tumble and it went a bit fucking weary. But yeah, no, I agree. That moment with Hangman through that, it's brilliant. And he still doesn't think he's doing anything wrong, because he's not.
Number 9, maybe the biggest surprise of the year, in my opinion, his babyface reactions. Number 9, Jeff Jarrett.
Mate, hearing Bree Woo was amazing.
Yeah, that pop was unbelievable.
I'm so happy he's getting his flowers. I'm so happy he's getting this moment.
He's probably had one of the best weeks in his life.
Yeah, and it shows on his face as well. He's so happy, and it's nice to see that after he's been through a lot of shit. He's been a career heel, and he's finally going out by being really appreciated by proper wrestling fans.
For a proper wrestler as well.
I'll tell you one thing as well. Like, again, I keep referring to it because I did watch it literally a few hours ago. He's got one of the most realistic punches you'll see of anyone as well. He was racking out these punches, and it looked like he was really chilling, lads. And I was like, this is fucking great.
He's always had a great punch his whole career. Like, I mean, when I think of like best punches by wrestlers, I think Jeff, I think Austin, I think Brett. You know, what's funny, like John Cena, even in his early career, he had a good punch, but then I don't know why. Like when he became Super Cena, his punches became shit for some reason. But yeah, no, Jeff has always had a good and believable punch. All right, guys, moving on to number 10. Big signing, big new addition to AEW roster. Number 10, Mr. Ricochet.
Prince Puma.
Phenomenal.
He was so fucking good.
Like, flawless, so smooth from point A to point B, like no wasted movement, no wasted motion, and just, you know, you can see the expression on his face. It's like he has the big 10 million pound elephant off his back now. It's like, you know, think of like, for all my Dragon Ball Z fans, like remember when Goku's early fights, when he took off his weighted clothing, his boots, his weighted blue undershirt and everything. This is Ricochet now.
Yeah,
in AEW.
I was going to use the same analogy for Rock Lee in Naruto when he takes the training weights off.
Oh, the leg weights? Yes. When he was fighting Gara, right?
Yeah, and then you see Ricochet, and you just see how fast he actually is, and how
Is this
perfect
going over
everything he
anyone
does
else's
is.
head, by the way? Because
It
I
will
didn't
be.
get any references.
This is for the anime fans.
It is to me a little bit, but what I'll say, which might go over some people's heads for the game, is Ricochet looks like he's moving at 120 frames a second, and everyone else is at fucking 30. He's so
That's it,
fucking
literally.
Ricochet is Messi, and everyone else is, I don't know, someone shit.
What do you think he's going
I
to do?
I could have named anyone.
What do you think he's going to do at All Out?
I don't know. We'll know tomorrow, I guess. But
everyone's saying it's. Yeah, I think it's Ospreay. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's Pac v Ospreay." No, there's no reason for that. They'll like.
There is.
The reason is Pac
Pat's got his title match in All Out.
He hasn't said that. It wasn't for any specific date. It was a future international title match.
I thought
it's set for All Out. Tony Khan confirmed it.
Yeah, I'm sure they said
for All Out. Maybe then.
It's set for All Out. I think Ricochet is going to get Takeshita.
I think he gets fucked over tomorrow. In fact, no, sorry, I'm going the opposite way. I think he wins tomorrow.
And I think he gets Takeshita.
I think Mark Davis comes back tomorrow, and I don't think he gets Takeshita. I don't think they're going to run back that. Do you want to go through the Callis family again, like they did with Will Ospreay? Because I do still think Ricochet joins the Callis family.
So then you get the face turn from Kyle Fletcher with Matt Davis, and you get the Ricochet heel turn.
I think Ricochet beats him, and it turns out that Don Callis has signed him. He's the new Ospreay killer, and that way we can get Aussie Open back, because I think we need him back.
Yeah, and Don Callis has always said that when he loses the guy, he always gets a guy that is better than the guy.
It just reminds me.
Did it with Kenny, with Will, now Ricochet.
Exactly.
Which makes sense.
For me, this is the perfect kind of replacement for Will Ospreay in the way that he did with Takeshita over Kenny Omega. And I think somehow this calls into his whole, I'm going to ask for son Will. Maybe he does. Maybe he'd go for Ricochet, Will Ospreay after All Out, or maybe the All Out match gets shunted or whatever because of a trios match or something.
Might be great.
It's on the card. It is officially on the card.
Oh, well, who knows? And we'll know tomorrow, I guess.
We could get Ospreay Ricochet Grand Slam. Isn't that soon after All Out anyway?
Yeah, 2.5 weeks after.
That's a good shout.
They've got to sell some tickets for that, because that's a shit show at the moment.
That's a very good shout, actually.
That's why they've moved it to Brisbane, because they know they've fucking milked New York.
Well, yeah. I think that's the same as the Wembley thing, isn't it? I think they realise that you can't keep doing the same place, literally the same, year after year, because the fans have already been. Yeah, you need to give the fans a bit of time to want it again.
Yeah,
but no, I think that's a very good shout, lads. We get a. So are we thinking Ricochet beats Kyle Fletcher to within an inch of his life,
and then Davis comes out, or Ospreay? No, Davis comes out, makes a save, but then Takeshita comes out, beats Davis, and that's when Ospreay comes out, and then you get the United Empire reformed.
You get like a 6-man tag at All Out or something.
No,
I'm actually starting to think that Ricochet could cost, or Callis family could cost Ospreay against Pac. Would Pac hold 2 titles? Do you think, or do you think
he's already done it once before, hasn't he?
I don't think he needs to, but I also don't want him to lose to Ospreay. But I don't see the Pac's going to be. I think Pac's going to be part of that stable going forwards. Now I think that's where they're going to transition him into. Pac, Moxley, Claudio, and I don't even know. The fact that Pac came out at the end was quite telling to me. That meant something.
Yeah, I felt like that. He's already bled with them before.
I am starting to think.
You have to bleed with the Bullet Club. You have to join the Bullet Club.
My mind's
what is going on with Moxley now? I'm worried about a bit. Like the fact that he wasn't back for that means that this. I don't know. This feels like more than a vacation now.
Yeah, it feels a bit.
It's a bit
we
odd
don't
now.
know anything, do we?
No.
He could just be chilling, bro. He has meant to be on vacation 3 times and he had him postponed, so he might just have an extended period off.
Renee was over here, so like he could have come over and done an appearance and did the end and didn't have to go back to Dynamite touring again.
Yeah, exactly.
We've also got
he
the fact
also
that
wants to spend time with his kids.
Yeah, and does Tony want to really
fuck them kids?
Hey, how Blake? Have them kids.
I'm not going to do it again, but anyway, I agree. But it could just be that like Tony's, maybe he wants to keep a few rounds in the chamber for the next couple of big events he's got, because we know he loves a surprise, and he can't just keep signing free agents, even though there's rumors of the Hurt Syndicate and all that. Maybe Moxley's going to turn up at All Out.
I don't want that. Fuck off. They don't bring anything.
He might turn up.
I've got one for this. I've actually got one for this whole Moxley Pack Bullet Club, Blackpool Combat Club situation. What if
got one in the round?
What if we get eventually down the line Pac, Claudio, and Yuta versus John, Eddie, and someone else? I don't know who else would fit into that role. That's my only problem in this situation.
It'd be Ortiz on it.
Could be Ortiz, yeah, when Ortiz comes back. What if we do that like a Blackpool Combat Club support?
Could be Bryan.
I don't think you do that. I feel like you have your trios. You have your trio now in the Blackpool Combat Club. You've got your world champion. You've got Moxley who can go for any other belt. But what's the point? I don't see the point in bringing him back if he wants to stay away for a while. Let him stay away for a while.
Yeah, man's probably got mad holiday days after not having a holiday for 5 years.
Yeah, like that guy's got some holidays in the bank. Just let him fucking use them, and then you can come back freshly renewed in like another 2-3 months, and then boom, you got a brand new Moxley. Hopefully in Omega by then, you've got some proper main eventers back.
That's it. Like I think this is the first time in AEW history where they don't need Moxley.
I was just trying to say, like they didn't need to bring him back there at the weekend. It was perfect without it. So maybe they're waiting for a time when they do need that injection of Moxley.
Here's a scenario that he could come back. So let's say if it's Christian Cage and Danielson, they do for All Out. It's gonna be the numbers game. With the patriarchy with Killswitch and Nick Wayne, maybe Moxley comes back for the save, helps Danielson out.
Possibly.
Moxley, Nick Wayne, fucking hell.
There's numerous ways that can go with it.
Yeah, but I don't think he needs to make the save because you've already got the trio with him backing him up, and he was in the ring there.
Yeah, you're going to need to see possibilities, though.
Well, yeah, but what we also can't forget is that Christian's been cozying up to the Elite, so you could realistically have a situation where the Elite are helping him out, and the numbers are down, and then we just hear what? Yeah, then we just hear Wild Thing, and Moxley comes fucking storming down, or preferably his original fucking team, and he just comes storming down out the crowd and beats the living shit out of everybody.
You do the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite again. Oh my god. This is the new Elite. It's not the old Elite.
This Blackpool Combat Club versus the new Elite would be sick.
I feel they've got to. It didn't hit the way that it really should have first time round. On the whole, like the matches were banging, but the story, again, it was summer 2023, wasn't it? It was probably their lowest creative period, in my opinion, and it felt that it could have reached such higher heights than it did.
Well, a lot of that was basically them trying to recover from the situation with that cunt, though, wasn't it? Because Bryan Danielson basically became him in terms of his kind of everything Bryan Danielson put into his character was basically what that dickhead was saying. I don't want to fucking tell him he's a cunt, but it was what he was saying. You're amateurs, you're fucking kids, He was basically using everything that he'd said in his character as to why he fucking hated the Elite, and so it would be completely different now, I think.
So I was just thinking then, what if like Danielson this Wednesday says he's going to retire, and then you just get Moxley coming out, and he's like, "You're a part of the Blackpool Combat Club, but you fight until you lose."
That's it.
Yeah. We are about fighting.
I just don't even want to think about him retiring. So
you're taking the coward's way out by just leaving now, or something like that.
He's not retiring for a while.
Yeah, no, I agree. But then that as a story is him saying, "I'm going to retire now. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish." But then you get Moxley coming out saying, "You meant to have that fire. Where's that fire? Where's that Danielson who wants to kick everyone's head in?"
Just slaps Danielson, just slaps the shit out of Danielson.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I think we get something similar to that, but I don't think it's Moxley that does it. I think it's it's Birdie that does it. Well, I think she's like, I don't want you to retire.
Christian's going to
You're the
interfere.
best.
Christian's going to come in, interrupt him, and then he's going to go on about destroying Danielson and then being a father to Birdie and Buddy. That'll be the gist of it, I think.
Yeah.
It has to be. It's so perfectly kind of placed for that now. With all he spoke
I'll be
about
their
is,
father.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
Right,
the
let's
father
move on
they can
because we've
rely
gone
on.
way off topic here.
Yeah, sorry, we are.
Yeah.
Waffling.
Yeah, and before we
It's
do
what
move
we
on,
do
I'll just,
best, to be fair.
before we do move on, because we haven't had time to do any questions, I'm going to revisit one from a few weeks ago. Bully Ray is a fat cunt. Next, go on, carry on.
No, there was a new one today. What was it?
Yeah, Ric Flair's a prick.
Yeah,
he,
something
is,
like, yeah.
he is, to be fair. So, like, Ric Flair's a prick. He's a horrible old cunt.
What's he done this
Goes
time?
Just on the Ricochet thing, people were saying he should have won the match, he should have won this, but I don't think he's coming to be a main eventer anyway.
No,
he didn't need to win that match.
Flippy doopy doodah shit and put on spectacles, and people should be happy.
The thing is, it's not a rumble. He doesn't need to like him losing that match doesn't fucking affect him. Yeah, exactly, because he didn't actually lose the match. Fucking, he didn't take the pin. It means nothing.
Yeah, he put on a fucking show, and he got everyone out their fucking seat. And
that's and if you watch it back, the reason after people were out the ring was because of him anyway.
Yeah, he fucking wiped the floor with everyone. He was so good.
Oh, but when we got on to Luchasaurus, then we're not moving on, are we? Because Luchasaurus, when he come out with the fucking with the Luchasaurus video, fucking hell, I thought he was going to beat the shit out of Christian. I was convinced.
Yeah, that was.
The storytelling was so good throughout this match.
They don't do stories, man. What you? Fake news.
Oh yeah, shit. It was just a 25-minute slugfest on it. Spotfest, not slugfest.
It was so good. And also, back to our predictions. My prediction was that Christian will climb over Luchasaurus and get the belts. Fuck, I was close. I was nearly there. The injury time fucking winner away from that one. Anyway.
We're going to talk about the finish then?
The finish was good. It was it still when he put him on his shoulders, I thought he was just going to drop him.
Yeah, just felt a bit anticlimactic at the time. Like it was just like
it did at the time. I agree.
That was it.
Like I say, sorry, Dovcom.
That was just like it was all set up perfectly for Luchasaurus to turn, and then him having a match against Danielson would never anybody would it. But yeah.
If you would indulge me, boys, if I can just have a little mini soapbox rant about this one, I'd appreciate that.
Fire away, bro.
I'll be honest with you. At the time, I was fucking so pissed off. Like, I remember I was stood there and I said to my mate Tom, shout to Tom's by the way, what a first ever wrestling event for him. It was the first time I genuinely thought to myself, fuck Tony Khan. I was like, this is the first time I thought he got a booking decision so wrong. Because we've been here before with Christian, with the TNT title where Luchasaurus basically give it to him. And in my head, with McGuinness coming out, I thought, and shouts to Hawkey, me and Hawkey were like, McGuinness wins and we get McGuinness and Danielson. And to my own discredit, I let that fantasy booking ruin the moment for me, and it kind of took me out of the match after this, to be honest, for the first quarter of it. I really hated this finish, man. But we'll hopefully something comes from it. But it wasn't for me.
It was the wrong winner for me, and it's not a match that I'm overly enthused to see as well, because it's just there's other matches I'd rather see instead, but I'll still enjoy the ride, I'm sure.
Quick takeaway from the match is that, I think Danielson and Cage will be good, but also if you look back at the entire match, the gauntlet set up possibly three or four different feuds going down the line. I mean, and it's gonna further push Hangman over the edge. He's just going further down the rabbit hole of insanity. I mean, when he finally does blow up, when he finally does get his hands on Swerve, it's just going to be at a boiling point where he might not be able to, he might not succeed because his anger and his frustration is just going to get in the way, of him making clear decisions.
I mean, I actually don't think that Christian is going to have a title match all out. I think he's going to Money in the Bank levels in and cash it in successfully down the line. I think they want to put the title on him briefly.
I agree.
That's when you get Luchasaurus turn on him, and
mainly because I think that I just think, look, he had a title match at Double or Nothing. That's excluding Forbidden Door, which is a mixed one. That means he'd be having a failed title match at 2 of 3 pay-per-views in a row. And I think he'll interrupt Danielson this week and let him know that he's coming for him, or he's coming for the title, but not yet.
I would really like that,
Yeah, I think you're right, because he's a cunning man, isn't he? His character's cunning. He thinks things through.
And he's a coward.
He doesn't rush into things as a coward. So whoever Danielson has in a few months' time, they're both going to be fucking beating the shit out of each other, both laid out on the ring, 10 count, boom, patriarchy, 10-9.
I've got to be honest, I'd love that. And I would love Christian to get a reign, even if it's just short, because
I think he will, yeah.
I think I just the man, what the man has done for AEW in the last couple of years has been phenomenal.
He's
earned it, I agree.
And I mean, let's not forget, the only reason he got the title match against Swerve was because we were in that unfortunate situation where, oh shit, the crowd are actually chanting Swerve's name over Hangman's. We need to put him against the heel to really fucking make him a face, because he's just broke into someone's house and threatened a child. Who can we put him? And if you really want a good heel to go to try and give someone some face energy, Christian's the fucking man for that.
And the man who takes piss out of people's dead dads, yeah.
Well, what about this? What about this, hey boys? Tell me what you think. So, what if a Grand Slam Darby catches Danielson with the last chancery? It's that weird roll up that he does. 1, 2, 3. Darby gets the title. Bang. Christian Cage. Boom. Wins the title.
I hope not.
I think he will win it in a similar way. I think he will win it off of someone who's just won the title. But I don't think it happens at Grand Slam.
I don't think we do a Money in the Bank kind of thing. I hate that. I think that's just fucking shit. What I think we might do is he has an all-out war of a pay-per-view. He's in no fucking shape to even fucking do anything. And then whoever the champ is at the time, and then Christian says, I want you on Wednesday. And they're like, fucking missing a leg or something, I think that's probably the better way to them, rather than, well, I'm not suggesting Zach Gowen's in the main event, but what I mean is like, maybe kind of rather than that. I don't want a Money in the Bank run. I think they're fucking shit. I've never liked them. I think they're just cheap as fuck. It's too WWE though.
Whoever said Darby, I think that's the best way. You got one of the biggest, most liked people. Everyone thinks he's finally gonna have a fucking run with the biggest belt. 2 minutes later, boom, gone. He'd get so much. Yeah. He'd get more heel heat. Darby become even more loved.
The only person I think would benefit more from that situation, from being the babyface who's just won the title and then loses it in that sort of Money in the Bank situation, would be Eddie Kingston. But obviously, Eddie's
that's a good shout. That's a good shout. But maybe, there's no time limit on this. He could loiter with this for as long as he wants.
I'd love that, actually. Now you're talking about that. Fuck me, the amount of material we could get from Christian if he is doing that, just walking around watching the champs with his fucking title shot in his back pocket.
Yeah, gigs front row it all out and never cashes it in.
Yeah,
I mean, you could do it from a Collision though. You could do it someone having a match on a Collision, get the ever living shit beaten out of him, and then at the end, the patriarchy come down and make it even worse and leave them completely fucking dead. And then he says, by the way, you got a title shot tomorrow with me.
Or you could do it where like he fakes doing it. Like
there's all sorts you can do.
They're both beating smithereens in the ring, whoever it is. The champ gets up, Christian's music's hit, he runs to the ring and then just stops and walks away.
You could do loads of stuff to him, man.
Yeah, because this is actually really good football playing.
And he is, and like, would anyone really begrudge a Christian title run, even if it's just like a month? No. The man's an absolute legend, and like he's done arguably like his best work in the last couple of years.
Correct.
His best work as a singles wrestler, at least you'd say. Even though I did love his TNA stuff back in the day.
The only thing I prefer about the old Christian was his entrance music. I loved his old entrance music.
And here's another thing: you get a Christian title run. You know, what if it's around the time when Copeland's coming back from injury?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
I mean, shit.
That's a stadium sellout. That's like a Brisbane type thing.
Yeah, and to be fair though, as well, like as much as people might say, yeah, but Cope's older now. Like, if you're Tony Khan, AW, do you not want Copeland on your World Champions list, even if it's just a small run?
Yeah,
exactly. Same as Danielson, the belt needs the run more than the wrestler needs the run.
We need to wipe that shit-stained memory away from that cunt who had it for a little bit.
Right, I've just had an idea. What if Christian has the belt going into Brisbane, and Jay White's a challenger? I know he's from New Zealand.
Yeah, I was going to say Christian a bit of face.
No, I don't think
you can't say that. We just lost all the fucking Kiwis.
They're the same, bro. They're the fucking same. Bro, I've got family who live in both, bro. They're both the same.
They're not the same.
No, New Zealand's a much nicer place than Australia.
No.
New Zealand's like Wales. Beautiful.
New Zealand's a lot nicer. They've got good wine there. They've got a far better moral compass. They're far more liberal. Australia's a bordering far right country.
And when I say New Zealand's like Wales, it's lovely. I mean, it's like kind of North Mid Wales where I live. It's not like fucking South Wales, Cardiff, because that's a shithole as well. Sorry, anyone from Cardiff, but it was, and it is.
All right, so then Buddy Matthews then. Buddy Matthews versus Christian for the title.
I'm sorry. I want Buddy Matthews, Kenny Omega. I've already told Buddy Matthews this himself. He's the most committed AEW wrestler. His wife's is the Weinsteins, and he works his ass off. I'm sorry. I want Buddy Matthews, Kenny Omega, Brisbane. If Kenny Omega is fit.
Oh my god,
Yes.
I'm on the movement. I'm on the movement.
Yes, we need it. We need it to happen.
You get Kenny Omega and Kenny Omega 2.0.
Right. So, I mean, we already pretty much said that Christian won the gauntlet match. So, you want to move on to MJF and Ospreay?
Let's go. Yeah.
First thing though, that Ospreay's entrance.
For you old heads out there, Mr. Will Ospreay did an Assassin's Creed themed entrance, and that his outfit was inspired by Assassin's Creed as well. Fucking beautiful shit. Good shit.
But you got the best Assassin's Creed main character to do the voiceover as well.
It was class, wasn't it?
Fucking Ezio.
Yes.
It was that's insane.
I love the way they spliced in footage of Will Ospreay into the narration and the kind of Assassin's Creed clips. It was so well fucking done.
All right, that was all good, guys. Okay, the Assassin's Creed entrance was good by Will Ospreay, but let's get to the real entrance. All right, by our American hero MJF. Like, I mean, the outfit didn't surprise me one bit. For those you saw, he comes out, the top hat, the jacket, the trunks. He's fucking Apollo Creed, pretty much. But the what made the entrance just so much great, the damn streamers from above the stage.
They got stuck.
The streamers got fucking stuck the rest of the night. And I think Mark, you tweeted it out that like they didn't plan that out. The whole streamers coming from the top.
They did the same thing last year with the Bucks, didn't they?
Yeah, where they got stuck.
I believe so, but you know what's crazy? I feel like the streamers were a nice touch. Like as the match went on and as the night went on, I don't know, it felt like cool backdrop if you were there live.
No, I agree, it was.
It looked pretty cool.
At first I was thinking, are they going to move these or not? And then as it went on, I was like, this actually looks good. I don't know, you can't explain it. It did. It looked like it fit.
Yeah, it wasn't a bother. Like, I mean, from where I was sitting, it wasn't a bother or an obstruction the rest of the night. Like, so It was perfectly fine on my end. What about where you guys were sitting?
Didn't bother me.
Sam for us.
Fine for me, yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
was
I think
didn't
the only
notice it.
person who was asked was Bryce. Yeah, I think the only person that was bothered was the referee.
Well, we're putting him down. I don't know. I was fine with it in that match, but I was like, how the fuck are they going to get them down for the next match? But then enough of them fell down that it didn't really have any impact whatsoever for the rest of the card. So
yeah.
And when you talk about MJF's attire as well, don't forget that when he ripped off the Apollo Creed shorts, he had the Lex Express fucking trunks on.
Yes. I mean, I just one thing. If I could change one thing about his entrance, like I think I was talking about with some guys at Green Man. Like you want to go full nuclear heat in the UK with his entrance. Just for one night, Tony should have bought the damn rights for a Real American.
No, I get that, but I don't think that was ever happening. But in my mind, I built it up that he was coming out to James Brown, living in America. I was convinced that was happening, and he was going to do the full Apollo Creed entrance. But yeah,
Oh, that would have been good too. But
I just
yeah,
don't think
I
he
mean,
could. I don't think Tony could have ever bought the rights to, like, is that not a WWE theme or something? Or like
no,
maybe
that's like that. Edge's song, CM Punk, like those are by actual bands who did that music.
oh, no, the Real American.
Yeah, Real American. I don't think that's owned by
Oh, fair enough. That was, well, in that case, I agree. He should have got that because that would have got some serious fucking heat.
especially like we're in the like I don't know if you guys heard this news in the UK. Like I mean, I think you guys heard the racist shit he said about Kamala Harris.
yeah.
Yeah, like Jesus, the beers did it. The beers.
It's a fucking
What
prick.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because when I get
I
drunk, I turn into a racist prick
Yeah,
myself.
that's the thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
Me and Andy had about 70 beers combined on Sunday over the weekend. One thing we didn't do, say anything racist. So yeah.
Well, I did accidentally call Action Andretti Dante Martin when I was excited about getting a picture with him, and then you did shout. You did shout over to me. Oh, bit of casual racism, Andy. I was like, fuck off.
I don't even remember that.
I was like, fuck. I was just so excited because like Dante Martin literally is one of my favorite wrestlers. But no, Action Andretti was sound about it. But anyway. But yeah, we did not turn into fully fledged racists. We did not start supporting Donald Trump overnight or the Tories. So alcohol is not an excuse for that kind of behaviour.
No.
Well, getting into the
I
match.
fucking hate that man.
Getting into
I
that
think
match.
but like on the song, sorry, I think MGF has already had enough people being worked to bits over his shtick at the moment. I think maybe even he would have been like, look, I don't want people thinking I'm an actual fucking racist. Maybe this is a little bit too much.
Yeah, maybe even MJF has his limits, but you know, getting into the match itself, like when before the match even started, I thought like the challenge was, what the hell are they gonna do to even come close to the almost near hour match that they had last month? And like we should have known. I mean, I should have known better. Like MJF, Osprey, two world class wrestlers, like they pulled it off. I mean, in my opinion, you can say it's the third best match of the card. I mean, these guys knocked it out of the park, in my opinion.
Yeah. 5-star. One of 3 potential 5-star matches. But we know that for what his opinion is worth, we know he'll give Mariah v Tony 4.75.
Fucking prick.
Oh, definitely.
Is there like with these two guys? Like I think these two guys they're my two favorites in the world. I think the age of them as well. They could have a full on Rock Austin kind of
Definitely.
kind of thing over the next 10 years. Is there anything these guys can't do? Because this was just fucking phenomenal. It was just insane.
It was brilliant, but I mean, we knew the match was going to be awesome, but we get towards the end of the match. MJF on the apron. Looks like I think he pulled out the ring. Did he pull out the ring towards the end? It was a little hard to see from.
No,
he put that like a knuckle duster thing.
Oh,
yeah,
so
he was suggesting that the ring has been stolen, which, like Dave has apparently said, this is actually a shoot and it has been stolen. I don't know. He's been look. Dave's been caught with this shit a few times. I would not be surprised
Just
to
a
see the ring play a part at All Out, and maybe Daniel Garcia has the ring.
So, yeah, MJF has the knuckle duster out while the ref's distracted. Man running down the ramp, all black attire. Damn UK fans, couldn't sit in their seat and enjoy the match. But no, it wasn't a random fan. Grabs the knuckle duster, knocks MJF down, pulls the mask off. It's fucking Daniel Garcia.
I could have. I thought he was going to WWE.
I thought he was in NXT.
I thought he was going to NXT to start an amazing rivalry with Ethan Page.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, I mean, and that fucking madman Ethan Page
shit, that's on in an hour.
every Tuesday.
I've got to watch that in a bit. Fuck's sake.
I honestly.
You don't have to watch it. It's more of a chore.
I can't watch it. It's too bad. It's just so bad. I can't. I've tried. It's painful.
I thought Garcia was done. I thought he was gone, even though they've mentioned his name on Dynamite every fucking week since he's been off TV. I thought he was gone, though. Even though they did a fucking YouTube show, an interview with Daddy Magic, where the entire point of the show was about talking about fucking what world are these people living in? It was obvious it was going to happen, and it was excellent. Sorry,
it's great. It was great. It was fully expected. It was quite obvious it was going to happen, but it didn't make it any less satisfying. It was very, very good.
And for everyone listening, just because something is very obvious that it's going to happen, that doesn't mean that it's bad.
No,
obvious things. Sometimes the simplest booking decisions in life are the best things, and that's what this match was. That's what Garcia's interference was. It's storytelling. It's building onto the next feud with Garcia and MJF going forward. But that wasn't the conclusion of the match right there. We're still going on. And finally, after maybe some persuasion from Bryan Danielson telling Ospreay to use it, fucking use the damn move. The move in question, the Tiger Driver, 91. He built it up perfectly. The crowd was at a fever pitch. Ospreay looking around, getting that power inside of him. Got MJF, which I felt like it was an eternity. He had MJF up forever, held him upside down, and then bam, on top of his head, back in the neck. Like slow count from the ref. 1, 2, 3. New international champion, now 2-time international champion, Mr. William Ospreay.
You can't forget the part where he says "fuck that belt" and gets the other one.
Yeah, when the Curry man comes running down with the belt for him, made up with that.
Like also, a true assassin.
So real quick, I did not notice this watching it until I got home and watched the highlights of after the match. But fucking Bryce Remsburg literally walked over, like stepped on MJF's gut, walked over him to get the belt, to get the new belt to give to Ospreay. I was like, oh my fucking word. I don't think I've ever seen that from a referee before.
He's definitely paying him back for that, MJF. He's gonna remember that. But like, just a quick one. The reason I say Curryman was because we got a full-on Curryman chant going after we got a Fallen Angel chant going.
Oh, the Fallen Angel chant was class. It was special.
Oh, we moved straight into a Curryman chant. It was brilliant. But no, it was amazing, that match. I really enjoyed it. Everything. MJF is just like the way he's the perfect modern day version of what the best 80s heel wrestlers would have been. His facial expressions, he's just fucking phenomenal. I literally can't say enough good things about him. He's incredible. I could watch him all fucking day.
Closest thing to a modern Piper, you think?
I think he's the perfect amalgamation of prime Ric Flair and prime Roddy Piper together. I think they're clearly his two fucking favorite wrestlers. There's so many things in his game that he's taken from both, and it shows. And you know what? It's fucking brilliant.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts on this match before we move on?
It was fantastic. It was exactly what it wanted to be. Loved it.
Exactly what Mark said there.
Like, that match was half an hour, and it didn't seem like it was like a half an hour match.
Yeah,
it flew by.
Real. So good.
But to be fair, the hour-long match didn't seem like it was an hour long to me.
Which match do you prefer?
Oh, it's a tough one.
What, of the two Ospreay MJF matches?
Yeah.
The Dynamite match. The Dynamite match was like, again, I'm not going to have people start like bringing down my enjoyment of that. That match was brilliant. And it was great TV, and people. I mean, I thought they were both like 9.5 out of 10 matches, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the Dynamite match because it was an hour and it was a really good hour.
I'll agree with Mark because, as I told you last time, all I can say about it is I started watching at 1 a.m. I was tired as fuck. And I was like, I probably watched 20 minutes and then watched the rest of the morning. And it was like 2 a.m. before I knew it. The match just flew. It was just fucking incredible. But then again, that one last night was as well. I think these guys don't do bad matches. I don't think I've ever seen a bad match from any of these guys.
No,
they were both incredible. They've got Swerve and Hangman and Ospreay and MJF that could feud for years in this company.
Fucking insane, isn't it?
and it's so interchangeable between all four of them as well. To be perfectly honest,
Yeah. If you're
there's
going
so
about
much you
pillars,
can do.
them four are your pillars of this company.
100%.
Do you want to say as well before we move on? Like people can say what they want about these guys, but they don't seem selfish at all. They all seem like team players, like they're fully invested.
I agree.
Like MJF's clearly going to dedicate the next couple of months to putting Daniel Garcia over. That's not a selfish fucking prick. Swerve today talking about, or the interview that we've seen today talking about, he'll go on any show, whether either gone on Dark, if it meant to. He just wants to make sure everyone gets that's a fucking team player. Ospreay saying the reason he wanted to lose to Swerve in the Forbidden Door match was because he wanted people to see a legitimized Swerve. Like, these are guys who are not fucking selfish. It's brilliant.
They see the bigger picture.
Yeah, not like these cunts whose name sounds like Sticky Rocks. Those kind of fuckers sit whinging on their ass.
That sticky rocks guy, like you said with for Swerve, what you said, whether it's Dynamite, Rampage, or Collision, whatever TV time is afforded to you, you take full fucking advantage of that. Like whether you like the booking direction or not, you're on fucking TV. Your face is being shown. You're afforded an opportunity. And if Blicky Barks would take his head out of his ass and fucking play ball, you could have been on TV. You could have helped Big Bill maybe get over as a face, but for whatever reason you didn't want to play ball. And if it's obvious to Tony and everyone in the back that he's gone, he's just waiting out his contract. Like, I don't know for sure, but if that is the case, then you know what? I seen people on Twitter say, "Oh, just let him go release him." No, fuck that. We can't say for years that we want Tony to be more like a boss, but then on the other hand say, "Oh, just let Ricky go out his contract and only be." No, fuck that. You have to set a precedent right now. And guess what? We tried passing through ideas to you. Where I'm not just gonna let you go because you don't like what I'm giving you. No, you're gonna serve your contract out just like any other employee will be. Obviously, barring any disciplinary issues. No, make him, if he don't want to play ball, make him sit out the rest of his contract. Tony needs to be a fucking boss. That's being a boss right there.
And there's I don't care that when he goes, like, I just don't care about him that much. I've wanted to, I've always wanted to, but I just never have. And like, again, there's not been one point at any point at all that if someone hadn't come up to me and said, you can sort Ospreay and Ricochet in companies, that I wouldn't have taken it.
Agreed.
Right, Mercedes and Bray.
Rubbish.
Terrible.
Shit.
Underwhelming.
I blame Brett.
I thought it was a good match. Just thought the crowd were dead as fuck, but like the crowd it was, after that match, it was always going to be a tough follow. Like watching it back, it's actually a good match.
Mercedes tried her best. Mercedes did what she could with Britt.
I think Britt did all right. I just don't think I don't know what they could have done to get the crowd involved, but the crowd just did not seem that arsed.
No, Britt's fine, but you can see the levels clearly between the two women, and Britt is not up to that level at all.
No.
Whilst I agree, I also think you've got to put into perspective, like, this is only Britt's second match back from being off for a while.
She's never had a good one-on-one match without stipulation, honestly. Well, if she has, it's been one or two.
Whilst I agree, I don't think she's very good, but she did just get thrown into a match with one of the best women of all time whilst being not at full level, her level. She had
Yeah, but
two
I think
matches beforehand. If
even
she had a
full level,
good build of and a good steam of getting matches in, then she might have got a better match. But either way, I still think the match was going to be shit, and it was shit. So
yeah, it was always going to be probably one of the worst on the card. We said this anyway, so like it wasn't a surprise. It was generally better than I thought it was going to be, though.
I thought it was all right. I think because it's Brit, everyone's jumping on it. But
Yeah, you're right.
The crowd were just so fucking dead, and like as we seen with the next match as well, the crowd affected that as well. And
Yeah.
like it was never going to be a fucking 5-star match, but it was good. It was like and again watching it back, it's actually better than remembered.
It served the purpose.
It is what it was. I mean, like I don't think anyone expected it to be fucking mind blowing. I think we expected a little bit more, but like I say, the crowd. I'll put a lot of that down to the crowd, and I'll say what I said with you, Mark, on Saturday, like on Sunday or Monday, whenever it was, at like fucking 4 or 5 in the morning when we were talking to Thunder Rosa. Like sometimes you can't put your finger on why the crowd do not get invested in match, because, as I said then, all of the Thunder Rosa Diana matches have been really good, but the crowd just don't really seem asked. And I don't know what it is. It's actually, watch it back, it's actually not that bad a match. It's quite good. There's some great spots in it, but the crowd were just completely fucking, like, it was almost like they all maybe they were just all, the bladders were full after Ospreay MJF, and they were holding the piss, and they just were like, I need to fucking go. And there was big queues. I don't know. It was quiet though.
I was one of them. I ain't gonna lie. And then, not just the MJF Ospreay match, but remember that match followed the damn Gauntlet match. So you had the Gauntlet match, and then Ospreay and MJF. I mean, and then it didn't matter what match was gonna follow those two matches. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
yeah.
and immediately following this match, the crowd was still dead until Sting turned up. So, and like I feel like it's getting overly criticised, this match, just because it's Brit and because people like spreading random shit on the internet, and then people decide that this shit must be true because someone said it and deleted a tweet. I actually think that I think it's a good match, and I think if you watch it back with a fresh set of eyes, they actually do really well. It's a shame that it kind of was positioned where it was, but what was the alternative position? Mariah Tony, where it was? No thanks.
True.
So it's always gonna. That's where you need the maybe you could position the Jericho match there. I know it'd be high up the card, but you need a match where people can, kind of recharge themselves. Like I always remember was it All Out? So I can't remember when we had Big Show QT, and it was quite high up the card, and it was like, why is that there? And then it was actually, when you look back, it was like that was actually perfectly placed, because it gave everyone that chance to kind of just recharge and get ready for what was coming next. And I feel like that's where we suffered with this card.
So what you're saying is we needed a shit match?
Yeah, I think we did need a really shit match just to pad it out, but I think you always do. You always do. Like, I don't know. You always do need, when you hit the highs of an Ospreay MJF.
You need something to mellow you out so you can get ready for the next high, which would have been which should have been Mercedes versus Britt, but.
Yeah, and like I say, it bled into the Jack Perry. Like, I know that match obviously got cut short. Now we're told it doesn't matter. It was still getting no crowd reaction until it got towards the end. And
we can talk about Jack Perry. Segue into that.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like that should have been on All Out. If it wasn't for, I feel like it got put on this card for Sting.
Correct.
Possibly.
Which
I don't.
It should have been on All Out.
It would have been fine. It would have been fine on this card, lower down the card.
I've got to be honest, I don't give a fuck, because I'm 44 years old. I'm a massive fucking Sting fan since I was a kid. And although the crowd reaction bled into this, I don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck what happened in the match. I don't even remember any of the match, because all I was waiting for was Sting. I got Sting. I marked out like a crazy little fucking kid. Brilliant. 5 stars.
Can I just say that my one nitpicking with it is, if my guy's come all the way over to England, why didn't he pop out before and help Darby win rather than waiting for him to lose and get the shit kicked out of him?
It was a proper Jeff Hardy saving his brother moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The thing is, we always say this about things like this, and I don't know. You can always look and go back. Why did they just sit in the back and watch all this happen? Like,
yeah, Yeah.
But whatever. I don't care. It's like I say, it's Sting. I'm a 44-year-old man. That 5 stars. In fact, 6 stars. 7.
It was worth it for
8
the pop.
stars.
Like it was.
The,
It made Terry
the
look
match
strong
was
as well.
the match was 2 stars. When Seek and Destroy hit, it added 4 more stars.
That's it, Brett. Seek and Destroy. That was it. Sting and I'm a huge Metallic fan. Sting and Seek and Destroy. Fuck it, 10 stars. I'm breaking the scale, Dave.
Jack Perry looked good though. He came out of it looking well.
Yeah, I agree, and I was happy with that because I like him. So yeah, good on the little bastard.
I think overall it achieved what it needed to, which was us getting Sting, Jack Perry getting a win, looking smug as fuck, showing some real glass. And
we got some fuck CM Punk chants too.
We got some fuck CM Punk chants. We got like 2 people near me saying CM Punk, everyone booed, then fuck CM Punk chants, which I was at that point very boisterous and very much screaming at the top of my lungs. I feel like what I would say, the one thing I have one issue with that match. If you know you're going short and whatnot, I think the objective there is that, I mean, I know it was pretty one-sided, but they should have really put Jack Perry over as in he should have just come out, smashed him from the off, and just given Darby no offense whatsoever, and just battered him and really elevated. Say, look, this guy's got a nasty side as well. This guy can be a prick. This guy can do what he needs to do now, rather than I mean, that's what I think they should have done if they know that they can only go 10 minutes.
That's a really good shout. That kind of like Brody Lee Cody.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Yeah.
CM Punk chants. I was sat watching that go, and them boys are going to be screaming "fuck CM Punk" at the top of their voices. That was my first thought. Like while it was going on.
Honestly,
what
Mark's just said there was exactly the same as what was happening near me, and I imagine everywhere in that stadium where you have a small pocket of people start chanting CM Punk, and they just got drowned out by people chanting "fuck CM Punk." It was great.
Yeah.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to point out the Crimea River chant we got going in the green, man. Well done, boys.
I got a video of that on my phone, so I'll put it in the chat a little later.
Shouts to everyone that came to Green Man, by the way.
Yeah,
love you all.
Seeing everyone. Great seeing everyone that was there.
No videos of me singing aloud ever.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Gleep Glorp. Shout out to Lucy for the awesome wristbands once again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was great meeting the pair of them. It was really good.
Yeah. And now we're on to the spectacle.
Right, boys, let's try and keep this under an hour.
Blake, when did you start doing the segues? What's going on?
I have to wake up in 7 hours.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. Let's get to it then. Right, who wants to start off with this? Because I could go on forever about this match. Because
same.
The main event, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus our AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland, title versus career. This match had everything. Everything was turned up to 10. The seriousness, just all the emotion, just all the intensity. It had that big match feeling, but it also had the right level of nervousness. Like, were we really gonna watch? Well, we're really about to watch the last match in Bryan Danielson's legendary career.
I was never in doubt.
About 5 times as well. That entrance was unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was wasn't it?
The crowd was so good for it.
I agree with what Mark just said. That I was never in doubt really, because I don't know, you just can't. And I thought Swerve played it. So I've been critical of Swerve in terms of his kind of. He's too cool to be a heel sometimes, and sometimes he needs to play to the crowd a bit more to get the crowd to hate him, because obviously he's fighting a losing battle with Nana doing his shit. But fuck, he did that so well at the weekend there. He was so good at like that slow transition from the crowd cheering him to booing him, and it wasn't just all because they loved Danielson. It was some of the things, little things that Swerve was doing to really kind of get them to go the other way. It's just in-ring storytelling. It's what they do best.
I think the point where it fully turned was when he dragged Danielson outside of the ring and then started stomping him in front of Birdie.
Was that when she looked like she was crying?
Yeah.
And Prince Nana started going and dancing in front of her.
Yeah. Because you've got her crying, she moved back to the second row, and then you've got Buddy laughing.
Buddy's laughing like, Daddy's getting his butt kicked.
Basically, yeah. Birdie's crying like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill me, Dad!" And Buddy's like, "Go on, Swerve."
Yeah, Danielson seen Buddy laughing. That's why he was going to give him a Tiger Driver at the end.
No, like Mark said, like he. I know you said it wasn't in doubt. I was that way up to a point, and that point was when Danielson went for that psycho knee and Swerve no selling that knee, like brushing it off. I'm like, oh,
That
fuck.
was mine. Well, I was like, is he going to win here? Like,
Can I just say something?
So good.
Sorry, mate. Go on. I just want to say something about that knee. Go on.
I'm going good score. Go, it's fine.
I know, just that's fucked me off today. Reading some of the people whinging about oh, no selling. If you watch it back, it's perfect because Swerve moves back as he connects with the knee, so it's like he's absorbing the knee. It's not the knee connecting on him full on and him no selling it.
Doesn't he bounce into the corner and bounce off?
Yeah.
And
He moves back. He moves back as the knee hits him, and then he kind of bounces up and has the grin on his face as he kind of brushes it off. But you see people, he took on a full knee, what didn't sell it. Fuck off. Anyway,
I thought it was the best use of a no sell.
Yeah, no, I think so. That no sell's the perfect no sell.
But what I mean is, it wasn't a full on no sell. It was more of it had a bit of a counter to it in the fact that he kind of moved back as the move come in, so he kind of didn't take the full force of the knee. It was a little thing that I thought was done. It was a little thing that I thought was done so well and perfectly to feed into it. Sorry, mate, go on.
I was just going to say, shockingly, the smart heel did a smart heel thing and moved with the knee. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We know that Swerve is smart. Swerve is conniving. You know, all these words you want to use. We know that about Swerve, that he's intelligent in the ring, and he did an intelligent move, and it was fucking brilliant. One thing I will say, I want to make sure gets covered. For everyone that wasn't there live, the cameras and like on the live stream on the stream did not do justice to that crowd. I've never been in anything like it, and I've been in footy matches for 20 years. I've never heard anything like that.
It was a bit special.
My video, the final countdown, isn't as good as it should have been because all you can hear is me singing, but it was very loud. Everyone was singing.
That's the same as me.
I don't know how you guys feel, but the moment that like got me was when Swerve is kicking Danielson and like he's just eating those kicks to the chest, and then he looks over to his family while he's getting kicked, and he's like I love you, bam, another kick, I love you, bam, and he's just dragging, just like raging up and just fucking just that pimp slap from hell, just slapped the shit out of Swerve, and that was beautiful. I mean,
oh man, it is goosebump stuff. It was just fucking perfection.
It's the most emotionally invested I've been in a match ever, I think. Like,
I agree.
Definitely.
I've never seen anything like it. Danielson is so good at that role, like the babyface underdog role. It's unreal.
Like top 5 babyface of all time.
Yeah, easy.
The moment that got me, the whole thing got me, but a moment I thought was excellent was towards the finish, the way we seen the finish, and then Swerve got out, and then they literally repeated the exact same sequence, only this time when Swerve's breaking free, Bryan Danielson gets his fingers, snaps his fingers, and then goes straight back, and you, like as I say, watching that back again added a bit more to it because the commentators talk about that, how he's used his fingers previously to get out of that move. And so that snap moment was just like, here we go. This is it. So
we have to throw Hangman in there because he definitely Swerve would have won if Hangman didn't try and get into the ring.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the story they're going to go with anyway.
I like that he didn't go full on and attack Swerve. I like that it was just outside and stayed
it wasn't
outside.
decisive. I'm glad it wasn't decisive at the end. It would have been shit if that's how Danielson had won. It had like another 6 minutes after that.
Yeah, it was just a 10-second distraction where Danielson was on like his last legs on it. Then like it gave him a chance to.
It was just enough. It was just enough to make sure that they can touch on it this week, sort their match out for All Out, and then we move.
It was perfect.
Do you think that's going to have a stipulation?
You definitely.
Yeah, it's got to.
What do you think it's going to have?
Loser leaves AEW.
No,
that's a bit harsh.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't think so.
I think it's gonna be
And-
like false count anywhere. Best 2 out of 3.
What I will say is that it's 25 past 12 right now, and I'm going to rewatch this in a minute when we're off. It was just fucking. Honestly, I've got a grin on my face just thinking it was just fucking phenomenal.
It was.
I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes.
I think it's one of my top 3 AEW match. I think it's up there.
Yeah, it's mine as well. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's my favourite match ever, with the caveat of the addedness that I was there.
I think it's definitely the best match I've ever seen in person.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, this is overtaken Omega Danielson for me. This is like because
Wow.
it's not just the match itself. It's everything else. You know, the emotion, the intensity, the stakes on the line, everything. And I know, like, you know, looking back at it, it should have never been a doubt that Danielson was losing, but also like how important Danielson is, like for someone like me. Like, listen, back in the late 2000s, I stopped watching WWE because I just couldn't take the whole Super Cena era. But when guys like Danielson and Punk came up, like in the late 2000s, early 2010s, that's what brought me back to WWE. That's what brought me back to watching wrestling full time. Like, you know, he's one of the most important wrestlers for me as a fan. You know, and that's the type of wrestler that I gravitate to, like the underdog, the guy who fights from underneath, the guy who has to scratch and claw for everything that he has, you know, that he's ever achieved. Like that's why I don't relate so much to the WWE product today, like the Cody Rhodes, the Roman Reigns, even the Gunthers to a certain extent, like the guys who are, you know, how do you say, they're kind of like the hand-picked ones. They're the chosen one types that they fit the bill, they fit the narrative of kind of the old school thinking of what a champion, what a top guy should be. And you know, I don't connect with those type of guys. I don't connect with those type of wrestlers. For me, it's like Danielson's more my lane. A Darby Allin is more my lane. I mean, even a Jack Perry in a sense, like, yeah, he's heel, but look at the shit that he went through after All In last year. Everything goes to Japan, remakes himself, and comes back. Like those guys who have been shunned from society in a sense, but who are scratching and clawing to get to the heights that they are. Hey, those are the wrestlers that I'm invested in. Those are the wrestlers that I relate to, because those are the wrestlers that are on our level, in a sense, as fans. You know, like I don't know, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I don't think who amongst us connects with like a Cody Rhodes who's in a 3-piece $10,000 suit traveling the country in a bus, and his white husky, you know, coming to the ring with him and whatnot, and all the glitz and glamour of cinema and all that shit. No, Bryan Danielson is your bare bones, pure wrestler.
I didn't want to interrupt you there, mate, but I was going to say about Cody Rhodes as soon as you mentioned him. The guy's a fucking heel. He's exactly what we said when we spoke last week about Mercedes coming in, and I was little bit iffy with the reaction at first because she's talking about how much money she's got and the way she's presented. She's a fucking heel. Cody Rhodes is a fucking heel. I'm sorry, but he is.
No, you're absolutely right. And then you know, with all the other guys that do TikTok lives, like you look at him, he's looked like he always has a presidential like a
Yes.
fucking member of Congress type of feel. Like Roman called him out for it on TV. I think it was earlier this year. He's a fucking politician, and who the fuck wants to cheer for a politician?
True.
This is where you need that Paul Rudd gif, not me.
Yeah, man, it's like I mean, good for you. Like Cody's for the kids, all right. And like we've said numerous times on this episode already, fuck them kids.
I think what you just described with the wrestlers that you connect with and that you don't is it essentially it feels more organic than being shoved in your face and telling you must like this, which is what a lot of them feel like. They feel more organic when you grow to love them because of the things they're doing, not because it's being shoved in your face all the time. And if you don't like them, then you're clearly out of the loop, you know.
Yeah.
For my comic book nerds, Batman's always been cooler than Superman.
Not going to argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just fact, my opinion.
What I mean by that is, Superman's not interesting. That's Cody Rhodes to me. Cody Rhodes is Superman. The likes of Daniel Bryan, they're Batman. Do you know what I mean? More relatable, more believable.
Yeah, they have to work a little bit harder to compete. Whereas like Superman just has everything. Like there's no competing with Superman.
You know what? Like maybe Blake, maybe you might get this, but like if you were to give like Bryan Danielson like an anime reference, he's Deku from My Hero in a sense. Like started out with no power, skinny little wimp, but at the end, he's the fucking greatest hero at the end of the show. That's what Bryan Danielson is.
I'd agree.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's not retiring either. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe he's retiring. I feel like I said earlier, I feel like his kids loved that. It was probably one of the favorite moments they've ever had. His missus has been talking about wanting to get back into wrestling quite a lot. She's constantly making little comments about it. There's no fucking way he's retiring. He loves the business. I did see a good theory. It might be going off a little bit. I'll just quickly go through this. I seen a great theory where someone's talking about how he keeps saying, "I love you. You mean more to me than anything." How he's actually talking about wrestling. And I was like, do you know what?
He's looking at the direction of his family though when he's doing that.
It doesn't matter. He's still talking about wrestling. I will do anything for you. And when his daughter tells him, he's going to go, look, I was going to anyway. But yeah, he's not retiring. She loved it. She had a great time. And the videos later of Buddy cleaning the blood off him. He was buzzing off it.
Yeah. Listen, kid, I know. A lot of people give Dave Meltzer a lot of shit. Sometimes, rightfully so. But I want to give Dave Meltzer like at least a little bit of a head nod in this sense, like the press scrum. I think
when he asked about Australia.
When he asked about Australia and Japan, like, don't you want to see Daddy like perform? Like, you know what, Meltzer? You know what he did? Meltzer was the avatar for all of us wrestling fans.
Yes,
like come on, we want to see your daddy perform in Japan, maybe one more match against Zack Sabre, and then go to Australia, and then you can have daddy all to yourself. But give us like 5-6 more months, please, you know?
But I think he also asked if she wants to come back to London again, didn't he? So he's doing exactly what we want.
He literally went to her, Birdie, would you like to go to Australia? And then she nods, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we've got him until February."
Did you like London? Would you like to come back?
Yeah. Did you like the English breakfast here?
I think he goes like,
"Okay, I'm glad we didn't go on to talk about the English breakfast. Fuck me."
He was like, "Birdie, do you like Tokyo? Or do you like to go to Australia?" And she just nods, and he's like, all right, so we've got him January and February. What about June and August? Birdie, do you want to come back to London?
The thing is,
we just keep doing this for a few more years until she understands that he just loves it.
He's only ever said that he's going to retire from permanent in-ring activity. Like, what the fuck does that mean to him? That could mean to him just like not being on Dynamite and Collision every week, or that could mean to him just like he suggested himself in the past, just taking over Collision. Doing what Punk thought he was doing, but Danielson doing it, which, to be honest, I'd fucking buy that.
Yeah.
I think before I came into the chat, I think just now I saw someone put on Twitter that basically the entirety of Danielson's career, he's kind of been cleaning up CM Punk's messes.
Yes.
I gotta find the tweet. If I do, I'll put it in the chat later. But yeah. I mean, how great of it would be like he takes over Collision when his full-time career is done, and he gives us the best era Collision we ever had. Oof.
It'd be poetic.
The Punk stands would not like it, which means I'll love it.
And I think there's more Danielson stands than there is Punk stands, so it'd be a good battle on Twitter.
Well, they're not as loud if there are.
Yeah, because they actually have brains. They don't actually just lash out at every fucking thing.
The Punk stands are bellends anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the worst.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts on the main event?
It was a fantastic match, and the greatest wrestler in the history of the business, the greatest in-ring performer. got his flowers for a second time and got to have it in front of his family. And anyone who doesn't think he's got the right to enjoy that moment more than any other in his career can go fuck themselves.
I second what you just
I,
said.
I third that.
Perfectly put as always, Mark.
Here. And like,
On
how
that
long have we
note,
gone now? How long have we gone?
7 hours.
Fucking
Two
hell.
hours and 10
2
minutes.
hours and odd now.
We didn't even get to tell you about the fucking amazing after party and like what went
No.
on, but I guess
We
that's
should
one
probably
for
a lot of stuff that happened. Then we should probably not disclose.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably
Keep it close to the vest.
Yeah, some stuff needs to stay in the group chat.
Don't say that. Me fucking missus will be thinking there's actually something bad happened
Oh
rather than
no,
just
not
like
like no,
No,
don't be
no.
silly. Let's just keep those as precious memories.
oh, it was amazing.
For
It
us.
was amazing.
It was
One of
amazing. It was so good.
one of the best weekends I've ever had. So thank you to all of you because your contribution to that was amazing.
Yeah, man, it was a pretty special weekend. Like it exceeded expectations, and I had very, very high expectations for it.
It was amazing. It was so
amazing. Good. Amazing 5 days I was out there in the UK. On behalf of me and my mother, I want to thank the entire London, UK for amazing hospitality. Had a fun day in France as well. On that note, fuck Disneyland in France. You suck. It was horrible out there. Not worth it.
The fucking Mickey Mouse sponsorship's gone, isn't it? Like
I didn't see no fucking Mickey Mouse out there. There was no characters walking around fucking Disneyland. 2 hours. First off, the place is fucking small. Small as fuck. Like 2 hours, me and my mom walked around and we were done. The merch shop sucked. No, my mom didn't even buy no good Star Wars merch. So that's how you know it was shit. Like, but
wow,
yeah.
it really, really pissed you off, innit?
I'm putting over the UK big by putting down Disneyland France.
Don't keep this in.
Yeah. I'm kind of like pulling an MGF with Osprey in a sense, like putting it down but putting you up at the end,
Gotcha.
This is better than any soapbox fight you've done. This is amazing.
Yeah. But yeah,
you can tell this is really personal though. Like,
but you know what? But you know,
affected you deeply.
Ended off though, like All In was amazing, and it was even more amazing the fact that my mother was with me.
Yeah,
Not even a wrestling fan, but she enjoyed the hell out of it. That the fact that we're already talking about coming back next year for Forbidden Door.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it all over again next year, but actually have a full weekend to get pissed with the boys.
Yeah, man, what a weekend, man! Can't wait for next year already.
It was amazing.
Thanks again to everyone I met, everyone I spoke to. Yeah,
it was class. It was so good. Met some amazing people, and it was that good, and I haven't stopped going on about it that much at all since I got back. I did send my other half a text message at one point, and I said, "Look, I'm sorry if I've been an annoying prick all week, but I've been like a kid. It'll be over next week." And she just put a smiley face. But I think she's like, after hearing all the stories, and that she wants to come with me now next year, which would be good. So amazing. No, it was very good. The entire week from Cardiff all the way through to Sunday night, perfect.
Superb.
Right, and I think we'll wrap up there. So thanks everyone for joining us for this episode of the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. We love you all, except for the punk stands. Fuck you lot. Have a good week.
Bully Razor.
Take care, fellas.
Bye, guys.
Bye.